This series exists to answer one question: is this actually worth the install? What surprised me about Winter Burrow isn't that it's cozy, it's that it's quietly strict. Most cozy games remove pressure entirely. They kind of just let you wander around and make consequences kind of optional and just relax and play the game. But Winter's Burrow does the opposite. It gives you actual constraints, i.e., hunger, cold, limited daylight. But it presents them so gently that you don't feel rushed. You're never really panicking, you're planning. And that small difference completely changes how the game feels to play. Here's why I installed it. I didn't install Winter's Burrow because I was looking for something relaxing. I usually bounce off cozy games. They tend to feel soft in a way that doesn't really hold my attention for long. But the art style pulled me in immediately. It reminded me of the old Redwall book series. Small animals, quiet forests, a sense of warmth wrapped around something harsher underneath. I also went in with almost zero expectations. I thought I might play it for an hour, enjoy the aesthetic, and move on, and that's not actually what happened. At its core, Winter's Burrow is a survival loop, but it's tuned differently than most modern survival games. You head out from your burrow, gather resources, bring them back, and slowly rebuild your home. Winter is always approaching. If you don't manage your food, you weaken. If you don't manage your warmth, you suffer. Those systems are always present, but they never go over the top. The map design supports the pacing beautifully. Areas open up naturally as you craft better gear, and nothing feels randomly blocked. You're rarely confused about where to go, just whether you're ready to go there yet. What really clicked for me was how the game handles time and distance. You can sleep by fires out in the world instead of always trekking back to your home. That single design choice changes everything. Exploration stops feeling like an errand and starts feeling more like a journey. You're allowed to push a little further, you're allowed to stay curious, and the game respects that choice and allows you to stay out longer. About halfway through the game does start to feel a little bit grindy, not in a dramatic way, just enough that I noticed it. Resource runs got longer, inventory management started to matter more than I expected. For a moment, I thought it might be the point where I'd fall off the game, but the friction wasn't coming from bad design, it was coming from me playing inefficiently. Once I adjusted how I managed my inventory, what I carried, what I ignored, how I planned my routes, the grind smoothed out. The game didn't suddenly get easier, but it got clearer, and that clarity pulled me forward. What kept me playing wasn't a big narrative hook or a constant drip of rewards, it was the pace. Winter Burrows moves in small, deliberate benchmarks. You're always working towards the next quiet improvement, a warmer coat, a slightly better tool, a safer path through the woods. You rarely need hundreds of any one resource. Progress comes from consistency, not volume of resources, and that's important, especially on Game Pass. This is a game that understands adult time. You can play for a short session, accomplish something meaningful, and walk away without feeling like you've abandoned a checklist. In a landscape full of games chasing high dopamine spikes, louder combat, faster loops, constant unlocks, Winter's Burrow feels almost defiant. It's mellow, it's slow, it asks you to pay attention instead of react. The music is gentle, the colors are warm. The ambiance does a lot of quiet work in the background. Even the puzzles and customization options feel optional rather than demanding. You can engage deeply, or you can simply exist in the space and complete the main story. That flexibility is rare. This game is for people who enjoy survival systems without constant urgency, cozy aesthetics paired with real constraints, thoughtful pacing over fast gratification, base customization that feels personal, not performative. Even if you're not usually into a 2D or a cozy adjacent game, I'm not, Winter's Burrow might still surprise you. It surprised me. For me, Winter's Burrow is absolutely worth the install. Not because it's flashy or ambitious, but because it knows exactly what kind of experience it wants to offer, and it executes on that with confidence. It's a quiet game with real structure, a gentle game with meaningful pressure, and a perfect fit for Game Pass, where taking a chance on something doesn't always feel too risky. I didn't expect this game to stick with me, it did, and that's usually the best kind of surprise.